Anything you say can and will be used on YouTube. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Hey, wherever you are. We're following Eric Tokle on this trip. Currently on the M1 headed north towards Lake Pillsbury. He's going to lead us around for the weekend and show us some spots, so that's pretty cool. Last one was with Overland Family Man and the Dempsey family. They showed us around. That was pretty cool. So this is a lot of fun that people are taking the time to show us their spots. This is great. So Eric's driving an 84 or 85, forgive me, I'm not exactly sure of the year, a Volvo 240 with some ATs and some lights. And then there's a Mercedes SUV behind us. We're headed to 16N01, 16 November 01. Let's see what we can find.
We were just passing through Middle Creek Campground on the way to get here.
Okay, so yeah, that's where we met up because we came in a different route than Eric did. We could see snow on not a lot. You can see a dusting on the higher peaks, which when Pepper and I were here last weekend, we did not see that. So it'll be interesting. It was kind of a soupy mess last week.
Pretty with the contrast of the green on the hills and the black of the trees. It was all brown when I was here before.
Yeah, every year it gets better looking. So, what is this, like the third year, I think, since the ranch fire?
Yeah, about that. This area sure seemed to got cooked pretty good.
Eric, why don't you give yourself an intro since we're recording? What are you driving?
So brought my 85 Volvo 240 DL wagon out here with all-terrain tires and mostly just loaded it with gear and a little bit of recovery gear and going out for a weekend of fun.
You have a open differential, limited slip, locker.
Only modifications are the all-terrain tires and a half-inch lift in rear. I still have open differential, nothing else to improve my abilities here.
You find it pretty easy to get around to the places you want to?
So far, so good. Wow, look at all this. This is 16N20 I want to take.
Oh boy!
It's on the map.
Wow, that's a lot of trucks.
Yeah, I don't know. This place is gonna be packed with bikes and side-by-sides and quads. These aren't hunters.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised to see all this. Now, I was wanting to take this all the way to the top to 16N01.
Okay.
Ah, well, whatever. Here we go. We got a full tank of fuel.
It'll take a hot minute.
Up, and away. That is a lot of cars.
Yeah. Rarely see that many vehicles in one spot out here where there's not a campground or anything.
Yeah, everybody's out here riding.
Surprising amount of vehicles and not a single person around.
Yeah, they're here. Hopefully we don't meet them on a turn with them flying around the turn.
challenges it might face. Dry, I never had issues with traction, but today could be different.
You're two-wheel drive, affirmative?
Yep, two-wheel drive only.
Yeah, we have an advantage of having four-wheel drive and a lot of power, but we're also dragging 2,000 or 3,000 pounds of stuff, if you include the trailer also. Ugh, that's a big bouncy
I love
bouncy.
this road when I found it because it had so many beautiful views and it got us off the M1 sooner.
Yeah, this valley view this way is gorgeous.
Yeah, so far so good for us. I haven't had any issue. This looks like it's fairly dry considering it rained like, what, last night?
Yeah, if the trails stay like this, I think we're golden.
James, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Give me a little more space going down these hills.
You got it.
I'll give you a little bit of reaction time if you start to see me slide.
Got that.
Not that I expect you to get in my way and stop me, but I don't want you to suffer the same thing.
This is gorgeous.
I really like seeing these snow-capped mountains. They're awesome. I would love nothing more than to stay near or in the snow. I just don't want to be driving a road like this with a drop-off when it's covered in snow or ice.
I think once we get up to snow level, the roads will be pretty mellow. The steeper part of this looks like it's just going to get us into snow level. But yeah, I was scared about stuff like this. It's really slippery, but this is not bad. And this is one of the first dispersed campsites up here. It's one of the most barren, but damn, again, look at the views.
Where that guy's parked? That you're saying that's a dispersed site? That looks like a wind-blown city right there.
Yeah, but if it wasn't windy or you got some like pop-top camper thing you're hanging out in, you know? Whatever, I don't know. It's just a spot.
An enclosed 6x10 trailer.
Yeah, that would be comfy in the wind.
Or when it's 1,000 degrees outside like it is down in Lake County.
Coyote bush is blooming.
There's a couple more like that where they're kind of on a bluff with views all around. You'll see.
Anything you say can and will be used on YouTube.
These spots where the water's running through, they were actually wet in the summer too. So there must be springs above it.
That's rough. Ugh. Ugh. 3 axles.
Don't-
Ugh.
It's pretty dry around this area, mostly in the summertime, but that first camp we passed with all the vehicles when we first turned on this road, there's a camp right there where the creek goes.
Yeah, we're kind of just gliding through this.
Okay. Good thing you're good at that.
Yeah. We just slid through all of that patch. No flashing lights. Welcome to new camp for us. We're on just off of 16N01. Is that right?
Yes.
We found a dispersed site that we're about to give you a tour of. But right now we're setting up, and this time we're setting up in the snow, which is great. I've been wanting to come here and stay in the snow for a long time. But it makes it a little harder when we usually empty all the contents of the trailer out, put them on the ground, and then put stuff in the kitchen, fire area, and then bedding back in here. We have to be a little more strategic because we can't just throw our bedding in the snow. We got something new that we wanted to show off. It says heavy, and it is heavy. says team lift. Maybe I should get our kid to do it. We broke down and bought a canopy from ABC Canopy. This one we liked because it had decent reviews, but it also appeared to have thicker metal and pivot points. So we were hoping this would last longer than the ones we find at like a big box store. Give us a little more longevity. So let's open it up. All right, let's see what we got inside. Oh, it's got wheels. Oh, the tote has wheels. Some stakes and some cord. What are these? Maybe those are the walls. This does have walls, if I remember. I'm supposed to lift with my knees, but I feel like I should lift with my kid. How do we even unzip this thing? Canopy smarter than I am. There's a pocket in front. Oh, here we go. Here's a zipper. There we go. It's a button. It's definitely heavier than a lot of the other ones I've used. Keep that dry too, though. Oh, more packaging. Sweet. Well, it's crudely our kitchen area. There, maybe, since all the stuff's already here. Let's go right here. Oh, that's pretty simple. Is that how it works? Like a kid in playground. Right. She says that now. We haven't even put the covers on yet. All right. Oh, look at that. It's got a little crank thingy to bring the top up. Wow. We did get fancy, but that's as far as it goes. All right, so maybe these things in the plastic are the roof and a wall? So this is the roof. That one's got mesh netting and stuff, which would lead me to believe walls. Yeah, that looks about right. So you said pick it up from the middle to assemble it, and that worked pretty good. How do I get this over? Just throw it over? Yeah, just observe for now. Watch. You can just watch me make a fool of myself. Pretend like I know what I'm doing. There's some kind of Velcro to hold it on here. I think we're on to something. That's really snug, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but yeah, that fits on there tight. Whew. All right, so how do we? I really like it's got these handles instead of those little dimples. Much nicer. Yeah, this one's easier than the ones I've done before though, because it's got these big, like they're not the little dots. And this has a little crank. Yeah, wow, we're fancy now. Yeah.
I got a smaller, cheaper one of these.
I think that we should set up camp in here. What do you think? I mean, not camp, but kitchen.
I think that sounds perfect.
Yeah. I don't want it touching the trailer though. I want it really close to the trailer. Because I could also tie from here to here.
Yeah, that'd be smart. Imagine full-size trailer.
Welcome to the camp we found. It's a dry oak camp. It's a really cool spot. You can overlook Clearlake. We have full coverage. Only downside would be that a lot of people ride OHV out here, and most of yesterday people were target shooting. I ride OHV and I target shoot, so it's not a big deal, but if those are for you, or you want peace and solitude or quiet, this might not be the best place, but if you want to get away and have it close to Sonoma County, the Bay Area. This is a cool spot. So let me give you a quick little tour here. We came in on this little road right in here, which actually does a loop up and over and reconnects with 16N01. When we got here Saturday late afternoon, there was a layer of snow, roughly about 4 inches. And then it started to melt the next day, and it was all gone by yesterday. James over here, one spot, got our truck. Past our truck is Eric, so there's plenty of room to spread out. Let's go for a walk. I'll show you the view of Clearlake that's not far from camp. I'm about 50 yards from camp, and behind me, it's harder to see now, there it is, Snow Mountain Wilderness. When we arrived, it had a nice blanket of snow covering the top, just like here in camp. Made for some really nice long exposure photography with a half moon. There we go, a little bit of snow here, a little bit of snow there, a little bit of snow there. Learning how to use this camera. Look at this sweeping view though. This is right outside camp. The whole mountain would roughly be over in about that direction. Now, if I spin around, there you go, there's a view of Clearlake. Pretty sure that's where we're getting our cell coverage from. There's no other towns I could see. You can see all those night lights at night very, very well. Yesterday being Sunday, we heard a lot of other vehicles, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, quads, trucks, Jeeps, you name it. We heard it yesterday. Today, it's quiet. I was just commenting, I haven't even heard a scrub jay or a raven so far. A squirrel, it's quiet. But on the weekends, this is a busy, busy spot. There are actually people riding on the trail that kind of see it goes right near our camp, which it is what it is. Gotta expect that out here in OHV. You looking for a place to ride with coverage? It's a great spot. Generally, I like a little more privacy and quiet, but this is still a good spot. Well, until next time, I'm gonna go drink some coffee. I'll see you in the next one.